Hey guys, so in my last video I showed you the results of some of the flowers that I put in with the marker watercolor water, and yesterday I added in a yellow daffodil from the yard and I put it in the blue pigment watercolor, and look, it is actually, instead of being this bright blue like we see on the white daffodil, it has turned green on the yellow daffodil. I guess you guys probably have some good ideas as to why that might have happened. But today I'm going to dissect one of these lovely daffodils, and dissection means to take something apart. So we're gonna look inside and find all the parts of the flower, parts that help it make more flowers and where the pollen is that the bees like to come and get. So thanks for joining. Okay, so this brown dry part here is called the spathe, and that was the tissue that was actually surrounding the whole flower before it opened up and it bloomed. But after it blooms, it kind of shrivels up and falls. Oh. The daffodil itself has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 petals, or these are actually called tepals, these ones on the outside. This inside part is kind of a petal, but it has a special name. It's called a corona, and the tissue is a little bit different than the petals, and it's a little bit more like some of the parts that are inside, but it has definitely gives the daffodil its unique shape. So let's first go ahead, we're going to take off all these petals, and if you notice, every other one is on the outside. There's 3 that are on the outside, and then these 3 kind of sit inside a little bit more. All right, now I'm going to peel these parts back, trying not to damage any of the rest of the flower, so we can see what's going on inside the center of the flower. This is where all the action happens. Okay, so inside of the corona, you can see all the central parts of the flower. This tall part that's sticking out right here, this is called the pistil. The topmost part is called the stigma, and then the part just below it is called the style. Now you can see that some of the blue really shot up through these other guys. Now these guys are called the stamen. The very end part of this are the anthers, and that's where you're going to find all of that pollen. The bottom part is called the filament. You remove one of these, and you can see the pollen coming off onto the paper. So this is what the bees and insects would carry off of here, and then some parts would get stuck onto the top of the pistil, and that is how the flower is able to reproduce. All right, I am going to remove all of the stamen. And you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this last part that we're left with now is the pistil, and then it carries down here into the ovaries. And inside, I guess we can cut it this way. We can open it up, and inside we can see all these little ovules, which are like little eggs. So when the pollen moves from the stamen over here to the pistil, it'll get carried down and then inside here down to the egg. So that way the plant is able to reproduce.